What's up, everybody? What's going on in the chat? Got a conversation going on there before we went live. What we got here? Quite a conversation. All right. He's saying, I do, so I don't know. I don't know what that means. I do what? Are you talking about the poll? You should, yeah. Then you should reference the poll. Then otherwise, just coming in and seeing that it's like, okay. They can get a fever from this stupid abscess tooth. You should go see a dentist about that. And if you did, you should have had them give you an antibiotic because most like whenever I have a tooth pulled, I instantly get a infection. I had to suffer 2 weeks of infection. It was disgusting because all I basically tasted was like, ugh, just gross. What's up, Henry? One sick dudes in the house. We got Marania. Hello. Let me start talking about music. Metallica. Evil Black Cat's here, saying I hope it's painful. Wow, Evil Black Cat, that's horrible.
Well, he's not. He's not. Pleasant Black Cat.
I know, but couldn't we actually? Wouldn't it be interesting if he is pleasant Black Cat? All right. What's up, Brian? Alrighty then. So, trying something new. We have an actual poll going in the chat right now. Just curious to see the people who are watching at home. Do you actually still read comic books, or just buy the new ones and read them, or no? That's basically how it is. You buy new comics, and so far we got about 9 votes in there, with the yes being that's cool. So people, that's what I'm always worried about. Like whenever we go live, I'm wondering talking about comic books, people watching. Do you even buy the new books, or do you just kind of just here just to chill and just hang out? Either way, it's fine, But obviously, I would love to see other people other than just Wraith and Undead Quinn tell me what books they're getting each week, because it helps me get a more idea of what's actually selling and what's not selling. What you got? Because obviously, I don't think Amazing Spider-Man's selling, but there are people out there who do read it. And if you're one of them, let me know in the comment section if you're still reading the new ones.
No, it's selling. It's just not being read by a lot of the people buying it.
Well,
that's probably the most
if you
bagged, and forgotten. I couldn't think of something with a B.
But the point still stands. If you're buying it, spending money on it, let me know down below in the comment section if you are one of those people.
And remember, if you're reading new comics, you must love them and accept whatever they give you. Otherwise, you're a birthday party clown.
And if you don't buy them, you're a birthday party clown.
Right.
Yeah. But obviously, I know Jay. It's been on channel. He's showing off some stuff. I know Jay buys stuff. Brian's buying new ones. I have 20 books on my pull just for this week. Wowzer.
Who has 20? Wow.
I know, right? So I'm curious, Brian. After the stream, let me know. Leave me what you're getting on your pull list, because that's a lot of books. So careful, Breen. Your bozo is showing. Really? Oh, a month, he says. Okay.
No, yeah, I get it, because your birthday party clown.
Oh,
bozo. That's. See, he's just being a one slick dude there.
It's a good thing I didn't skip him. But we don't do that channel.
If he falls ill, he's one sick dude.
And if he dies, he's one dead dude. And if he does get skipped, he's one forgotten dude. All right. Henry says, I voted no. I still like to look at new stuff, but it just didn't appeal to me. I'm an old school baby. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know how old you are, Henry, but you've seen how old Breen is. I don't know if you're around his age. I'm not saying Breen's super ancient old, but Breen, you're 62?
I'll say it.
But I mean, I'm curious because if people are around your age and saying, well, they're not into the new books, but yet there's someone their age and you're out buying new books or enjoying them.
Well, there's.
I want to ask, does that make you excited to actually learn? Maybe I should go out, maybe buy some new ones, or you're just like, you know what, I'm not going to risk it because I know the price comes into talk.
There are people. I said I don't think Micah ever buys anything new anymore.
Hans does.
Yeah, and Rod still does to a degree, and Ken will have God, what's the guy's name from Gotham City Comics? Kevin. Yeah, he'll show off new stuff, and when something strikes his fancy,
there are people like Ratu who will not touch a new book.
No, that's what I'm saying. Ken, he does. He will.
Oh, he does. Okay.
One Slick, my condolences. Hopefully not by much, because we're getting up there in tall cotton.
Hey, I hope when I get to your age, the Chiefs aren't still winning.
Yeah, well, Patrick Mahomes Jr. and he's dating Taylor Swift Jr. by then.
Well, if Junior's dating the Taylor, that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, well, no, but yeah, I can see. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I don't know if I would still be reading new comics, because I may just have I may just concentrate on back issues. This keeps me closer to the hobby, and
that is another thing too. I used to just, when I got out of the hobby, before we started doing over on Isle of Comics, that we've got issues over there, and we started talking about viewing books back in the 2019, I think it was, towards 2020, right around there. I was not collecting. I was out of the comic books, but I dipped my toes back into the comic book shop. Kind of felt like, hey, how's it been? And they're like, you're here? I'm like, yeah, I'm here. Because I wasn't even buying back issues. I was completely out of the hobby. I had sold off everything I pretty much had for a while. I kept a few things that I did like, but I just wasn't intrigued. I got pushed out. I was one of those guys that loved the Marriage Spider-Man, Mary Jane. Then I saw what New 52 did, and I was just like, well, what's the point of reading this if you're just going to just start everything over and have mediocre writers? But Rebirth, I heard about that, and then I heard what Josh Williamson was doing a Flash, a book I never even touched. Even Romo gets considered about it. I picked it up on a whim, started reading it. I read 80 issues within 3 nights. I just binge read it because it was that good. So my point being is that I easily could just read online and not buy books, but I like supporting the hobby. I like supporting for the people that sell the books and buy the books. I bet there's a lot of people out there who just don't want to buy physical media, and I don't blame them, because especially if you're an older person, you might not even bother going reading online. You don't even want to bother pirating, because that's how far out of the hobby you are. Not that I condone pirating, but I'm just saying it's the appeal now, because you have that option for people instead of paying $6 versus $1. Like, if they raise the prices or drop the prices back down to $1.99 per comic book, you probably might see less piracy, especially if the books are better. That's I've always felt that way, but maybe it won't change.
I don't know if you'd see less piracy, but you definitely see more volume of sales.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, if you actually buy people like you're in school when wrestling was on. If you missed wrestling, I'm talking about like my brother and stuff. He was like 6 years old when he's watching WF. If you came in and then you didn't know what you missed an episode, you were not considered cool. You weren't one of the cool kids. You missed that? Oh, you didn't watch The Undertaker, choke slam, Mankind off the steel cage? Oh, bro, we saw that. You're not gonna you were kind of the nerd then. That's kind of how comic books are kind of now. Where when I was growing up, if you weren't reading comic books, you kind of we're in the loop, But I don't know how it is today, though. I imagine most people just don't care. The hobby's obviously been taken over by people who don't like the hobby and would rather just ruin it, so the people who do like the hobby can't read anymore. So a lot of people went to manga. I went to manga for a while. When I wasn't reading comic books, I was reading manga because I actually had one writer, and if I liked the book, that person stayed on there the whole entire from beginning to end. No matter how many volumes it was or chapters it was the same writer, same team, and I didn't have to worry about anybody coming in halfway and saying, you know what, we should change this. It's too violent for for people, or it's too perverted, or whatever. So 2003 was when I was 18. I started getting into comic books. My first book, if I had the money back then, probably would have been a Spider-Man title. But I actually got my first book wasn't really a book. My first experience with comic books was the CD-ROMs, the Amazing Spider-Mans. I was going to school, and then I was also working at nighttime, and then I was in between that. I was reading like about 20 issues of Amazing Spider-Man every other night. I just binge read them because all I had to do was just basically click and scroll, And that's I think that's why a lot of people prefer digital now, instead of having to just sit there with your neck like this and that, where before you can just look straight ahead and just click. If you ever been on your phone and you're sitting there looking at your phone with this, your neck starts to hurt. That's how I am with comic books too. So that's why I've always kind of liked the digital front, here. And if you have a big enough monitor, you don't have to worry about the words being small. But physical print obviously is a more important thing. I do like having the physical media as a backup because I can take that with me if I were need to go. And say, because versus like Comixology, which I do like Comixology, we use it for the ratings here. But if they decide, you know what, there's a rights issue, guess what? That book is no longer available through Comixology, even though I paid money for it. That's how the Marvel versus DC stuff was, or just in general. There's a lot of books, like Web of Spider-Man books. For some reason, Marvel does not put those up on their own Marvel app. I don't know what's so bad about them. The later issues of Web of Spider-Man. I don't know. But perfect example of people taking away from people who actually wanted to read stuff is what's it? Iron Fist. No, not Iron Fist. It's the other one. Master Kung Fu. That one, Shang-Chi or they took away that off because the one actor said, "Oh, it's racist." So everybody who was reading that in the middle on the app, paying for the app, no longer had access to that. You can't not find that anywhere unless you go through a pirate site, unfortunately. And same thing with the Jonah Hex. They don't have the original Jonah Hexes on the DC Infinite. So, and they will not recollect those again because the dweebs who thinks it's racist. I'm surprised Dirty Harry hasn't been canceled. But anyway, though, what's going on, Undead Quinn? There was nothing like grabbing a bunch of comics from a spinner rack each week and reading them several times until the next one came out. Well, I don't think Spinner Racker likes you stealing his books. For the record, my mom bought me my very first comic in 1979. I was 3, and it was a DC Blue Ribbon Digest. The only blue ribbon I had in my house back in the day was a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Because I grew up with it. It was my dad whenever he had friends over. That was it. One sick dude, I agree. I read bootleg of Grimm fairy tales. Honestly, that's one thing I admit. I want to catch up on the Robin Hood through Zenoscope. I read in the Grimm fairy tales through pirate sites. And a lot of stuff. There's a lot. I never would have thought this back in the day, because where do I start as far as I want to read a certain books in order and stuff? What's the proper order? If I go in a comic book shop, not everybody knows that. I guess what question like, what's the proper order to read Civil War? And stuff. They may know or they may not know. Or even before that, like other events. I was going on. I went online. There's actually websites dedicated where people actually put in the order of like the Black Widow. If you want to read about Black Widow, they give you a list of like her Golden Age appearances, and then they give a list, or not Golden Age, sorry, but her Silver Age, and then when she joins the Avengers, key moments, stuff like that. I like when I come across websites like that where people tell me it's like specific information about character and stuff. But Shang-Chi Chong Fu, yeah, that's Evil Black Cat. The governor of Kung Fu. Let's see here. I had 3 older brothers. I inherited all their books when they read them. I kept them and started buying my own books in 1972 when I was 7. Breen was 10. Let's see. I prefer those old musty shops to the spinner racks, but that's just me. Dude, I've been in some hoarder shops up here who sell like antiques, toys, and stuff. And they not only they overprice the books, but you also get a free fungus mold in your lungs when you walk out the door. I don't know how they're allowed to stay open like that when it smells horrible. You mean musty? It smells like black mold in there. I'm just like, I'm out. Is X down?
No.
Yeah. X gonna get you, bro. No, X is not down. Yeah. From the age 7 and 8 till 16, I hit the spinner rack once a year. I don't recall the first book I bought, but it stuck in my head, and the era was Super Team Family number 7. That's the thing with me. People ask me, what's your first comic book? I said, the first thing I can remember reading anything was those CD-ROMs of the Spider-Man, the 40-year collection, which was awesome. Like I said, they're Adobe Reader, and then they're printable, so you could print them off. I could make my own comic books. And then you can color them if you want to. Back in the day, we would buy comics from the spinner racks, and I was a hit and miss on the spinner racks, so you could rarely saw Doctor Strange, Conan, or the Master of Kung Fu. You know what I like looking at, especially on spinner racks? Whenever Dr. Slovich is live, I look to see what he's got on his spinner rack behind him in the basement next to him. Because sometimes he changes them out. Black Mold comics, yes. I remember Pulp Horror when my one cousin was given a pile of them. Favorites were Conan, Iron Fist, Green Hornet, Batman, too many to mention. Breen was 10 when they planted the seed of the tree of the forbidden fruit. If you start our own comic shop company, it'll be called Black Mold Comics. All right. I think the cover price was 15 cents and 20 cents in the 1972. Pretty sure. But anyway, we've been live for 17 minutes. Let's show out the books we're going to... How about that, Brain? Do you want to start?
Sure.
All right, let me but yeah, you guys are too engaging, which I do like that. But we got a show to do. All right. Screen. Do that, and then we're going into here and boom. Oops, wrong thing. Hit the wrong button. Butterfingers. What game's on tonight?
Carolina's on at the moment.
Ooh, Carolina. Alrighty. Sir, where are we starting off for your number 5 of the week?
Well, we don't have to move. Green Lantern 19.
Ooh. Oh, that Ninja Turtle cover looks really cool, too. A new era of Green Lantern Corps begins here. Going all in with Green Lantern as Hal Jordan and Green Lantern Corps are given the new mandate to patrol the galaxy, fight crime, and stop the rise of fractal lanterns throughout the universe. Exciting new status quo for the DC universe begins here. Got a new artist too. Oh, Claire Alberts. Friends, Romans, lend me your ears. Get that weird hairstyle. He looks like he just stepped off a Sopranos show, doesn't he?
Not as much as some of the other guys I've seen.
Kind of reminds me of Goody from Tulsa King. He was on Sopranos. Then we got Tim Lim. All right. Cool. Dave Sharp, man. Time to trim the beard. Goes down like sides and then is none in the middle. I don't understand that.
He's working on his ox baker. Look him up.
Alrighty then. All the cool lanterns are on this cover except for the one on the right. We don't acknowledge that one.
Well, we always acknowledge JoJo Mullen's fine ass.
Do you notice they give her a different colored than all the other ones? They purposely made her stand out.
Because she's the bestest.
She is. Is she your America Chavez of the Green Lantern?
Depends on who's writing. Not with Jeremy Adams, which is fortunate. Like I said, Jeremy Adams is so good. I don't mind JoJo Mullins. I don't even mind the Teen Lantern because they're not showing everybody up.
Do you want Gabby Rivera to take over for JoJo Mullins?
No, thank you.
No, you don't really. Oh. You know, she was a national treasure once.
Yes, she was. But sort of like, America Chavez, Gary Rivera to America, it's kind of like Brett Gardner in the Yankees. No business being as good as he was there, and probably wouldn't have even been able to play for anybody else. It just worked.
Yeah, these covers are this weird. Variants. I thought variants were supposed to be better than the A cover, but the A cover has been good so far. This is the 1 in 25. That looks dumb. And if you're going to have a 1 in 25, it should always be like a Jenny Friesen cover. At least that quality. But alrighty then. Oh, we got a chat here. Oh, look, it's a Rhaegar here. They're still talking about when they bought comics. Is someone ill? Only 3 variants?
Yeah.
Wait till we get the Dynamite. Then you'll have a lot more variants. All right, my number 5. Never watched the cartoon back in the day, but they got a brand new issue coming out this week, and it's really far down for some reason. But it's Silverhawks. Dude, it has a earworm song, you know. Once you hear it, it's stuck in your head. I've had it since yesterday. I watched on YouTube the intro. I was like, I'm like, because I want to confirm, like, is it the intro? And I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Never watched this, but it says here, in a nearby galaxy of Limbo, the deadly mob boss Monstar, or Onstar, has escaped from confinement of Penal Planet 10. And he's looking to take revenge on everyone who put them there. At the top of the list is Commander Stargazer, the grizzled space cop who personally took Monstar down last time he went on a rampage. To recapture Monstar and his gang of super criminal associates, Stargazer must put his retirement on hold and assemble a new team of famed, bionically enhanced law enforcers, the Silverhawks. Recruited from every corner of known space by the Federal Interplanetary Force, the Silverhawks were engineered to be the first line of defense against Limbo's ruthless agents of chaos. But during Monstar's long incarceration, the program went dormant, and its state-of-the-art tech has drifted towards obsolescence. Now that as they take on the galaxy's deadliest lawbreakers, Stargazer's new team of untested cyborgs, including Quicksilver, Bluegrass, Hotwing, Steelwill, Steelheart, and the Copper Kid, will face the ultimate trial. Rising star Ed Brisson from Thundercats, Apex, and the Uncanny X-Men, and acclaimed artist George Combatis from Gargoyles, Hercules, open an all-new entry in the FIF's legendary case files with Silverhawks #1, featuring beautifully polished covers from Lucio Perillo, Jay Lee, June Chung, James Stoke, Geraldo Rivera, Geraldo Borges, Declan Shavely, Leslie Lyric, Mannix, and David Cousins. Oh, there you go. There's all the variants you wanted.
And any chance I had of giving this book a shot ended with Ed Brisson.
Actually, you know what, though? You said that last time, and I liked his Thundercats Apex. It was really good.
Well, maybe he doesn't put his bullshit politics into, licensed properties.
Probably not.
Which is good for people that are buying this.
So, tons of covers.
Yeah.
Here's the Jay Lee variant. Jay Lee, Lexidron aliens, looking like aliens. There you go. That's got to remember right there. The guy with the cowboy hat. His guitar solo. Yeah. So, like I said, if you love the 80s series, it should be just around the same quality level. Oh, man. Awesome. Takuya Tiger Sharks next. Seriously, great to see Silverhawks getting some love. Plenty of Thundercats love over the years. Silverhawks usually get seen overlooked. The art story is great on this. Looking forward. Yeah. Yeah. Declan Shavley, who's been writing Thundercats, he's kind of a lefty too. But his book though for Thundercats has been good. Like I said, licensed properties. He's on a lot of do certain things. He's also read Terminator. Terminator's been kind of lackluster than previous incarnations, I'd say. But I don't know. I'll look at this. Hey guys, Ed Brisson's his last thing, the Thundercats Apex, runner or hunter, what it was. That was actually like pretty brutal. So I'm looking forward to see what he does with this. It's the artist I've never heard of, as far as this. Gargos and Hercules, George Combatis. So I hope it's not that bad art. And here's the Max cover, which is like, who the hell wants this shit? This looks horrendous. It's like if Twinkies decided to take on the human anatomy. Freaky. But that is my number 5. I'm going to give it a shot. All right.
All right. My number 4 is Dick Tracy.
Ah, yes. One book I could actually bring right now. Well, right now, is it though? Yeah, my shop released last year. Or not last year, but last week. I haven't got a chance to read it because I said I'd probably wait till this week. So, who is the blank? Why is the blank? How is the blank? As a new player cements their place in the city's underworld hierarchy, Detective Dick Tracy and his allies must follow the trail of the deadly killer, a path that puts him at odds with one of his closest and friends. Get in on the ground floor of a new arc of the acclaimed crime series featuring the iconic detective in yellow and the man with the yellow hat. That'd be a team up, wouldn't it?
Wait a minute, the Acclaimed are in this? Everybody loves the Acclaimed.
They claimed they're broken up, though.
I know.
No.
Because Max is full of himself now.
I hope he gets his ass beat, though. But I'm curious where they're going with that, though. I wanted to see Matt Caster versus the other guy and just have him just basically fight. I'm like just brutal match, and then like have like badass Billy Gunn betray one of the guys, or the other two betrays Billy, but they didn't go that route. So anyway, Dick Tracy, a book that's co-written by Alex Segura and Michael Morecki. Alex Segura, who was part of that Scarlet Sisters book through Dynamite, which was horrendous. Maybe he's not allowed to do that shit.
That's just one bad book. I mean, everybody.
Like I said, maybe licensed properties are not. They have their expectations. They're allowed to do certain things.
Well, and a lot's changed in the industry, even in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the unwritten rules are still there, but I think there's been far less pandering for the most part.
Maybe. The man in the yellow hat. Does that mean we'll see Curious George? Yes, they find him in a murder scene. He's dead. He was sniffed fever. Who killed Curious George? Be a great scene. Great crossover. Or Curious George attacks a guy and just bites his face off. Anyway, that is your number 4. Well, my number 4 is basically your number 5, Green Lantern, number 19. We talked about that already. Looking forward to seeing what's going on. Looking forward to seeing eventually we're gonna get this year going to get Green Lantern Corps spinoff, get their own title. With their Jeremy, I'm still writing it. Like I said,
I think that's next week.
Probably. Wouldn't be surprised. Let's see what next week is. JSA, Shazam, Batman Off-World. Oh, who forgot about that book? Anna Project.
Okay, maybe it's 2 weeks.
Might be 2 weeks out, yeah.
I definitely saw it, and I only looked at the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, that was my number 4. It's Green Lantern 19. Your number 3, sir.
Nightclub 2, number 5.
We scroll down to the bottom of the list. There it is. Danny started the nightclub because he wanted to do something good and use his powers as a vampire to help other people. Now he's been murdered by the school bullies Sam initiated into the cult. Can Amy stop them before things get worse? Or will Amy start a forest fire? Written by Mark Miller. Lettered expertly by Dr. Selfrage, Rod. I'm going to have to show him this photo. I'm going to do your Rod. It's like, are you moonlighting as a letterer? That's how you're affording all these comic books?
Yeah, I've been really enjoying this series, and I said he's written himself into a corner. I'm curious to see how he writes his way out.
Because, so far the 2 of the characters, were basically murdered. Even though they're vampires, but basically one was legally staked, and the other, it's just like looking forward to see what happens with this. I mean, but I look forward to that too as well. Alrighty, that is your number 3. My number 3 is a book we talked about, Dick Tracy. So looking forward to that book as well. Let's go on to your number 2, sir.
I have a feeling that we have the same 1 and 2. It's just what order.
I guarantee it might be in the opposite order.
I have Red Coat as my number 2.
Well, we might be the same order then. It is also my number 2. Gee, I wonder what our number 1 is.
I can't imagine.
I don't think it's Hornsby and Halley. Or Halsby, whatever it is.
No, that fish right outside the top 5.
Everyone has a drinking buddy, but there's none more magical than Johnny Appleseed. An American legend, Johnny lived an adventurous life, particularly when he crossed paths with our immortal British redcoat, Simon Pure, who shared his pursuit of a good time with a good drink. Sam Adams, right? To get you drunk. What secrets does Simon reveal in his inebriated state? Plenty. Alrighty then.
Yeah, this book is incredible. Yes, it is.
So, there's even a variant cover by Mark Buckingham, guy from Fables. They got him to do a variant.
Nice.
But look, they're gonna tar and feather him. I love this. And then here's Mark Buckingham one. So this is kind of cool. Which I first thought, I was like, oh, is that an apple or is that a giant peach? James and the Giant Peach. So then, of course, that's that cover again. But come on, pick the me cover. I did click on them. Yeah. So honestly, this has been one of my favorite, characters. A guy who basically is not a hero. He's an unlikely hero. He's forced to be a hero and, finds self-worth. Along the way, and he has Albert Einstein, but this is a story that's taking place without Albert Einstein. His years when he basically, after the whole, like you said, it's a It's not after Albert Einstein's death, but it's out there after Albert Einstein stopped hanging out with them. And I'm curious to when they're gonna actually get to that story, is why they stopped hanging out before he got old enough. Like what's their last story together? But anyway, though, that is my number 2. Let's go to number 1. Do we have any in from Undead Quinn saying what his books are this week? He's one fuck ghostwriter. That's all I got from him. Whatever that context that is. Yes. Johnny Appleseed, Joe. He's in this. He's in the red coat. Alrighty, on number 1. I'm going to scroll down to it because I guarantee it's on the bottom. Alrighty. Where are we at? How far down is this thing? It's out this week, right? Am I thinking? There it is. Kosher Mafia number 5. Should be 6, right?
No, it's 5. It's 5-issue series.
I thought it was 6 for some reason. Yeah. Howard and F's sins can come to roost when Howard's family is put in the line of fire. He's about ready to burn it all down, like Seth Rollins. German, Italian, and kosher Nostra alike. F included. Series that just popped out of nowhere. Breen read it first, and he's like, dude, you got to read this. I was like, okay, check it out. Mad Cave. Turns out it was really good. I think it's just on par, not even better than Dick Tracy.
There may actually be 6 issues because there's no mention of this being the finale.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
But there's nothing here, though. He said there's nothing at the end, so it makes me wonder when it's coming back then.
Oh, maybe not. No, so maybe that's... Yeah, so maybe this is
I don't know why, but I thought it was 6, because Sanction had 6, I think.
Sanction had 5.
They Sanction had 5?
Yeah.
Wow, my mind's going.
5 has kind of replaced 6.
I know.
Is the new writing for the trades, because I think they can, lock in a little bit lower price point that way.
Yeah, but the other thing too is like I do like it better than 6 because if you don't have an idea that stretches out to 6, they put a filler in. I prefer just having it just be a 5 then. It's kind of like Ronnie complains about the Disney Plus shows. Don't stretch it out when it's a story that's only meant to be for like 5 episodes.
Uh-huh.
So looking forward to this, man. Actually, but I hope it doesn't end. I hope it continues. I hope we get to revisit these characters later on down the road. But yeah, it's basically all comes down to final conclusion. That is number 1. Untold Legends of Batman, obviously reprint. That book was kind of a big deal when it came out, as John Byrne had left Marvel for DC. Oh, you saw the reprint? You're looking at this? So
yeah, he I don't think he left Marvel, but I guess he was no longer exclusive to Marvel.
Yeah, variants, reprints. I saw. Where did I see that? Not a variants. Oh yeah, this is coming out. They're reprinting this. Lex Luthor, Superman. Especially go out, and then number 2 comes out the week later.
Yeah, and there's the Lex the special that Joshua Williamson's writing. I'll be getting that. There was I don't know if it's still in there, but there was a Badger, $7 Badger that showed up in the solicitations for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm just looking for reprints.
If that comes out, I'll probably grab that because it is Mike Barron. And there's something called Kill Train, I think, it's from Mad Cave also.
Yeah.
Did you read about that?
Kill Train?
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I didn't see that.
The plot is basically to help control the overpopulation. They just randomly pick trains full of people and slaughter them all before they get to their destination. and this lady is on one of them, and she says she's not going down without a fight.
Yeah, here's the Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I mean, that's a variation on a theme that's been used a million times, but I like Mad Cave's been doing some good work lately, so I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah, this is the one base I was reading up about this. Lex Luthor is going to get his memories back because he needs to in order to help Superman.
Yeah, so, we'll see if it goes the
evil way,
cliche route, or if this adds nuance to a character who they've really handled well this time around.
And then there's this one, Lex in the City one. I don't want to see this. This looks stupid. This is the oh yeah, here. See Cena Grace. There you go.
Oh hell no.
Am I as Superman flew away yet again? I had to wonder, was I trying to destroy him, or was he destroying me? Written by Brendan Hay and Cena Grace. Yeah, Charles Skaggs, whatever. Art by Howard Porter in here. Circuna, Steve Byrne. Whatever. It's Valentine's Day, which means that love and heartbreak are sweeping every city in the DCU. This anthology collects 8 stories of heroes and villains looking for love in the big city, which practically feels like its own character. Lex Luthor laments over the one that got away. The big everly exclusive Metropolitan man, Superman. Raven and Beast Boy embark on a romantic scavenger hunt across San Francisco, which just might be a trap. And Damian Wayne runs a dating advice gauntlet through the Gotham City and organizes by none other than dating master himself, Tim Drake. Gather your gal pals, pour yourself a Cosmo, and hit your nearest shop. DC Lex in the City. This is coming January. $10.
Yeah.
Do all the new books have variant covers? Majority, yeah, 1 or 2. Dynamite is known for having like 12 if it's a number 1. Same with Marvel. Marvel has a new number 1 book issue that has quite a few variants. But for the most part, you can get away with just getting the A cover. All right, so there's that one. I saw that. Oh my god, I love that. There you go. And Red Sonja 18 coming out. And I was reading up on this. There's nothing advertised after this. I wonder if Ground Brick is based either canceling this book because there's nothing after 19. There's no 19.
Oh wow.
So it makes me kind of like scared because I've been enjoying it. Dust to Dust, Blood Train. There's that one through Image. Monsters. I've never heard of this. Mark Spears, Monsters for Keen Spot. Babs going out. Right Before Black. There's Labyrinth again. Dark Empty Void comes out again too.
Dark Empty Void. That's the book that I keep forgetting.
Yep.
Number 3 comes down.
Then we have the last Halloween.
That's,
they're releasing in black and white.
Yeah, and there's Kill Train over to the left.
Okay. I think I saw this last time. I had no idea what it was though. New York is instituted the Kill Train, a randomized experimental program where designed subway trains are picked at random, and all the passengers are slaughtered by the end of the line. This is a not-so-distant future. We meet Vanessa, a struggling single mom, in the midst of a nervous breakdown, who discovers that she herself is on a kill train. Once in her life, she has everything to prove. Decided that she's not going down without a fight. Yeah, to control the population. Olivia,
I don't know who this woman is. But
yeah, I wonder if she's an actress or something like that, or something. She's writing Dick Tracy.
No, it's just upcoming comics from Mad Cave. It's not her. It's the company. We looked at it. She's not on the credits.
A lot of times they give you who the writer is as far as upcoming comics contribution. So maybe she has a writing credit in it somewhere. I don't know. Usually they'll. But yeah, what is she? Comics that she done? Says she's done 2 comic books for Dick Tracy.
Kat, I've come to expect better from you.
So I don't know.
Perhaps I shouldn't.
No idea. No idea who this one is, but
Well, we'll find out if she can write tomorrow.
she's good looking. All right. But yeah, you want to go to new books, more books.
Okay. Well, no, go back to that real quick.
Oh.
Okay, it said, all right. Those are the 2 books coming out from Mad Cave tomorrow. But
Yeah.
underneath, maybe she's got credits in those 2.
She does right here.
Okay, so maybe that's all right. That's not Dick Tracy, but those 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
But my thing is why they advertise Dick Tracy, but this one she's actually involved in.
Well, it's promoting the same company.
I know, but it's kind of you don't need to do that though on an artist page or a writer's page. There's nothing to do with their book.
Any place you can tuck in a reminder is worth.
Well, usually these, as I said, usually under the comic creators, they only have the books that they're connected to. So that's a new feature.
They do that right underneath that.
Yeah. Upcoming books, comic books, have always been the ones they're involved in, though. That's what I'm confused about. So it has to be a glitch. All right. But other books coming out though. We already saw that. Scroll down. Yeah, facsimile for X-Men 131. First, Emma Frost, right?
Yes.
So, Blood Squad 7 still going on to Kosher Mafia. Street Fighter Prime is also come out too. Another Street Fighter book. Letter Battle Action. And there's the Badger.
The Badger. It looks new, but it's published under the first banner.
Yeah. Yeah, $7, and then you have Evangeline over here. Look at this Counterpoint Comics, which is $20. Maybe that was a Kickstarter book.
I'm sure it was. It's now made into the stores, but I don't see anything on there where it says how many pages you get for your $7.
More martial arts mayhem, the latest installment of Badger. When Badger's friend purchases an island in paradise off the coast of Venezuela, may hold the cure for cancer or the end of the world. Will Badger be able to avert this apocalyptic crisis?
And amazingly enough, the cover artist is the guy that drew Hitman.
Yep.
And the artist of the book has actually been in the business longer than Mike Barron.
Yep.
Al Merrick he did Man Things and Khazars in the mid-70s.
So it looks like an ongoing. Yeah, Savage Sword of Conan. Cool. So it's an ongoing. So you might have to order that from your shop. 5-issue limited series, it says. Okay. And no variants. Awesome. Alrighty then.
Holy breath of fresh air, Batman. No variants.
Yeah. This Badger Monkey. There we go. These are the trades coming out this week. Absolute Mr. Miracle with Tom King and Mitch Gerards.
Blech.
2 names I don't care for. Helverine, don't care for. Jango Fett, don't care for. That's not even Star Wars. That's on the right. That's X Factor, but still I don't care for. Joe Kelly Spider-Man Omnibus. I didn't realize there was a Spider-Man Omnibus for Joe Kelly. That's weird. That's interesting. Marvel 2-in-1 thing presents The Thing. Remembering the Things Past.
Probably volume 3.
Marvel the End on the Disc. Is that Marvel up to 2012?
No, it was a Jim Starlin series. I can't remember when it was, but and I don't know what they're padding with it to make it an omnibus.
Shadows of Dakota. Static X. Flash Gordon Volume 1. $18. There really isn't that much coming out for trades.
Right there, baby.
The Magic
2
Order.
weeks in a row.
Oh.
EC Archives.
Thought maybe you want the Magic Order Library Edition Volume 1.
No. I would get the stripped down bare bones one just to read the story. But like I said, the best bargain in comics right now are the EC Archives, without question. I've already finished the one I got last week. And I go, and I was filing it, and I said, man, how can we have 5, Tales from the Crypts, and only 2 crime suspense stories? And so I looked up, see when it was coming out this week.
Dead Space, and PS Art. There you go, Captain Marvel. America's Greatest Comics Volume 3. Do you have that?
No, I do not.
Featuring Spymaster, Bullet Man, Commando Yank, Captain Marvel, and the Astounding Adventure of the Lost Lightning. That's kind of cool. And Otto Binder, who kind of looks like Ron Paul a little bit. Bullet Girl, okay. The Bullet Man, the Bullet Girl, and Mr. Scarlet, and Minuteman, who looks kind of like Superman. I guess this is before Superman.
No.
Why does he have the swirl? And it just looks like it is true Superman there. So, quite a few stories there. What's the price on this? $33. Perfect bound trade paperback. Wow. Nice. Ain't that bad. But it tell me how many pages are in, though. This gives you 15 stories, so I imagine that's a lot. All right. What does the Magic Library? Sorry, the Magic Order Library Edition have? First 2 arcs of the... Okay, so it's collecting the first 2 volumes, I guess. An oversized hardcover format. Soon to be a Netflix series.
Huh.
I mean, why not? Jupiter's Legacy was. Magic meet the mob, and the mob and the order. Magic Order. As magicians sworn to protect our world for generations, battle an enemy who's picking them off one by one. Collected together for the first time, the beautiful hardcover introduces the Magic Order, a group of 5 families of sorcerers, magicians, and wizards. They live among us as our neighbors, friends, and coworkers, but by night they protect us from the forces of darkness and let this darkness get them first. Yep. For the best-selling, award-winning creator Mark Millar, who all other writers hate because he did what they can never do, and still does it. Featuring the artwork of modern masters Olivier Coipel and Stuart Immonen. Collects Magic Order Series 1 and 2. $60 for 360 pages. You know, that ain't that bad, Brain. Like I said, I don't have any of the volumes. So that might be a nicer way just to collect it. If it's oversized too.
Yeah, I'd rather just get the first 2 for $15 each or whatever they are.
Yeah.
I don't need hardcover. I don't need the frills. When I get to it, I'm just going to want to read the story.
I like having the larger books. I do that. I did that for Criminal. Alrighty then. That is it for this week's edition of the Top 5. And let's see here. Let's see what the poll's doing right now. If you haven't voted in the poll yet, do so right now. The 18 votes. Ask you guys, do you guys still read and still buy new comic books? And I'm going to about the end the poll here in a minute. But yeah. I'm going to end the poll right here. Alrighty then. So, looking at the poll here, it looks like 61 yes, 38 no. That's good to know. So, but as always, Breen and I want to know what books you are reading, and for those who are still buying new comic books, leave us a comment down in the comment section down below as far as what books you're normally pulling, and whether it's Marvel, DC, or indie. Because honestly, I've always find it interesting because a lot of people buy books that I don't buy, and just curious to see what other people are collecting. Because you might be, maybe the books we had on our list here, you're not getting those. Maybe the ones that maybe you are getting the X-Men, the Batmans, and the other books that we're not. So, just curious.
Yeah, Henry's pointing out that Val Merrick also drew the Living Mummy in the Frankenstein monster series.
Oh, cool. A book about someone that doesn't want to kick the bucket despite being well over their time. I can see why Kill Train might appeal to Brain. Wow. That's just mean.
I've already responded to that.
I know, but I wanted to read it too because I couldn't believe he actually couldn't say that about you. The only way Eric's going to kick the bucket is if he trips over you, even like Ken falls on you. It's the only way it's going to allow it. And you both go down the stairs like Tommy Udo.
Yeah.
But, are we actually getting Marvel omnibuses? Okay. Like I said, if you don't have the trades or don't have the individual issues, but yet you want to read them out, I can support that. I mean, I like the compendiums. I got Invincible. I read about a couple of issues, but I bought the complete collection of the omnibuses. There's like 4 of them, plus there's a 5th one, which is basically at the library, which is all the other side stories stuff that Invincible and other things in that world. So I got those 20th anniversary collection, which came out 2 years ago. So those were worth it, $100 each. But anyway, though, that is it for our show. We're wrapping it under an hour.
Join us in about 25 minutes. Everyone I Love Comics help us rank the first 12 X-Men covers from the 1963 series.
Yes. And stop by here on Thursday night over the best of the week we do.
To see what books lived up to the hype.
Yes. Was Silverhawks a great book, or is Silverhawks not to deserve to be on my list whatsoever? Will Redcoat take the #1 spot this Thursday? Or will it be Kosher Mafia? Or will it be Silverhawks? Or will it be Night Train or Killer Train?
Kill Train.
Take the Night Train. Yeah. Alrighty. What's going on here? Pretty much reading everything: Batman, Wolverine, Dick Tracy, Conan, Savage Swords, Space Ghost, Johnny Quest, TMNT, and several other.
Nice.
I meant to leave it in the comment section. That way we get more. You guys leave comments. It helps with the algorithm. It lets people know that I actually care about our stuff. But I do appreciate you guys showing up here live, though. That helps out too as well. Will be JoJo Mellon's fine ass to take #1 spot. I'll have to ask Zach about that. Maybe he'll know. Redcoat fuck the world. Dude, Redcoat's been great.
It's not what that stands for.
Well, what does it mean then?
For the win.
Oh no, that's not what it is. That's not what it originally meant when people put that out. It was never for the win.
Kind of was.
That's what you told your mother, so she wouldn't yell at you.
what you said isn't even a saying.
Yeah,
But
it is.
you know what is a say? You know what is a saying? Good night, and we'll see you in 20 minutes.
He'll see you in 20 minutes. I might be busy later.